Welcome back to the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Games and Things. To make your home the envy of the neighborhood, the spot everyone wants to visit, you need to visit Games and Things on the cover of Lovell Road in Kingston Pike. From home theater seats to pool tables to dartboards to classic arcade games to card tables to bars and stools, and I could go on forever. Games and Things can make your home fun because life should be fun. Check out ourgameroom.com or visit their showroom this week. All right. Take a look here at the results so far. Tennessee, of course, with the win over Baylor, the overtime win at Pitt, beat Akron, and then the win over Florida. LSU, as we mentioned, opened in New Orleans and lost in a surprise to a Florida State team that's now 4-1, lost their first game yesterday. They whipped up on Southern, beat Mississippi State, who's 4-1, beat New Mexico, and then beat Auburn thanks to a truckload of turnovers from the Tigers last night. They're a play from 5-0. You're a play from 2-2. As it stands, you're 4-0. They're 4-1. I don't know how to read this one. I want to say that Tennessee's the better team. I want to say that Tennessee's offense is going to go down and take care of business, and LSU can't keep up. But we've also discussed today, you're on the road. It's tough in the SEC. There's talent on that roster down there. What are your thoughts, gentlemen? Tennessee versus LSU this week.
I like Tennessee. I like where Tennessee is offensively. I think LSU still challenged offensively. Jaden Daniels was kind of limping around late, but I don't think he's played great. He's played okay. They've got what was supposed to be the best returning receiver in the SEC in Keyshawn Butte, and he had one catch for 4 yards.
Daniels doesn't look at him.
No, he doesn't. So there's something going on with that connection and with Brian Kelly and that team. So I like where Tennessee is talent-wise. I think LSU's got good, not 2019 talent, but still really good talent. But I like where Tennessee is. I think Tennessee's got a greater identity right now than LSU.
And let me spin that. They have a greater identity. Normally, if you look at the resumes, Brian Kelly's played for national championship. Brian Kelly's been in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Brian Kelly has the longer, better track record. But does he have the coaching advantage this week?
In my opinion, no, because I don't think that the players have all bought into what he's selling right now. In 2 years, 3 years, I might change. But right now, based on his first year, I don't see LSU playing as well as I thought they would. They have had some turnovers along the way. They don't look like they're in sync with a lot of things they're doing. I don't like where LSU is right now, and I think that Kelly is not connected with his team yet.
That's a good point. I was just telling Will Offset, the biggest thing I see from LSU right now is they've got guys. They're going to always have good recruits. That state pushes out really good talent. Mm-hmm. But like Jimmy just said, I don't see them sold out on Kelly right now. I see a group of guys that are playing football because we said we're going to LSU to go play football. I've been in that before here at Tennessee with a new head coach coming in.
A few times.
A few times. It makes a world of difference. I have not seen a play or a series that shows me I am behind Brian Kelly. He's leading the ship. I think there's guys that they're playing football for their own individual accolades in opposed to a team sport right now.
Yeah, and I think that's the important thing here. If Tennessee can come out and jump on them when a team is not bought in, and you get jumped, things go wrong for them early on, the other team gets ahead 14, 17 points, you kind of think about, what am I doing out here? Should I get ready for the NFL? Should I be, looking for my next place to go? So I think the important thing is if Tennessee can jump out on LSU, you buy into some of this probably negativity that already exists in the locker room. But on a man-to-man basis, you can look at that LSU defensive line and other players, and they got players. So if they're ready to go, it's going to be hard.
Well, here's the thing. We're talking, and I am too, we're talking about LSU like they're 2-3. They are a play away from 5-0.
I know.
And if that were Tennessee that was 5-0, we'd be saying, well, they're finding ways to win.
Yes.
Instead, we're looking at it saying, well, they don't look good. They're not that good. And I'm guilty of it too. I'm just wondering if I'm underselling LSU a little bit. Let me show you. Hang on one, Will.
Yep.
Let's take a look at the quarterbacks. Hendon Hooker, Jaden Daniels, his number is on the right. They're not terrible. The key that stands out for both these guys, 8 touchdowns, no interceptions for Hooker, 6 touchdowns, no interceptions for Daniels. Daniels did not look good last night. 8 of 20, it was his worst game of the year. But he hit his knee to knee with someone else last night. Brian Kelly said he'll be fine. He saw him limping around, didn't want to put him out there because he's a dual threat quarterback. He didn't want him out there limping. There's an example of a coach taking care of his player. I would expect him to play instead of Nussmeier, the freshman. I would expect him to play this week. College football has become it's so dependent now on these dual threat quarterbacks. I mean, it's almost everywhere. It's like one-on-one basketball. You saw what happened with Alabama as soon as Bryce Young goes down. I don't want to say that somebody's a one-man team like Tennessee with Hendon Hooker, but I think a lot of these teams are one-man teams right now.
You got to have a great quarterback. Here's my deal on Daniels. If he's still not fully mobile, he is not as good a quarterback, not nearly as good a quarterback. He needs mobility to be effective at a high level. And if he doesn't have that, I think that's a huge advantage for Tennessee.
If he is mobile, it makes me wonder, how is Tennessee going to defend him? Are they going to do what they tried to do against Anthony Richardson and say, we got killed by running quarterbacks last year. We're going to keep you in front of us, and if you can beat us with your arm, go ahead. Richardson almost did, but do they play Daniels that way, depending on his health? But hey, Jimmy, thanks for coming in today. I appreciate it. When we come back, I'm throwing you out. When we come back, Vince and Chuck will be back with us. I'm going to make these two guys pick against the Cavaliers line since they weren't here last Sunday. When we come back, keys to the game: Tennessee, LSU, and these guys' picks. See you on the other side.